What's an Icehouse? Build a data warehouse interface on top of Open Query Engine Trino and Open Table Format Iceberg, and you've got one, says Starburst CEO Justin Borgman. Lots of the biggest service providers are building exactly that. And now Starburst is making it available to all. Stephen, you just wrote an analyst brief about Starburst's Icehouse and Galaxy with feature analyst Sam Holchuk. What's your take on this?
Well, I've been big on Starburst for a while because what they're doing is, well, the classic story of taking incredible open source and open development technology and bringing it to an enterprise audience in an effective and efficient way that allows them to get the same benefits that these big hyperscalers are getting. So all of the ingredients of this Icehouse concept were developed by hyperscalers and created as open source. So essentially, we've got the Trino, which is the open query engine. It was originally called Presto SQL. And the goal was to allow an open source query engine that could handle just enormous amounts of data for a company you may have heard of, a product you may have heard of, Facebook. And then what happened was Netflix, well, they wanted something that would be the backend, the table format that would allow them to use Trino in an open way with open data sets. So they developed this Iceberg. And since then, a lot of these hyperscaler companies have developed and been deploying Trino plus Iceberg data, well, lake houses is, I guess, the word that you call it. Essentially, it's a friendly place to integrate with a data lake. So it seems to the application and to the consumer as if it's just a regular organized structured data warehouse with a SQL interface. But underneath the surface is this massive, massive data set that you can then integrate into a more friendly SQL interface. So that's what we're talking about here. An Icehouse, which is a not only a band from the Australian band from the 80s, as you know, I'm sure, Lisa, but a friendly way to access a Trino plus Iceberg data lake. And that's really what we're doing here. So Starburst has their Galaxy platform, which is basically a very friendly SaaS platform that allows companies to easily deploy a lot of the solutions in this market segment. And again, in a friendly way, in a supported way, in a very enterprise appropriate way. And now they're offering this Icehouse format as basically part of, or Icehouse architecture as part of Galaxy. So if you're in an enterprise that has this massive data lake and you need more of a friendly SQL data warehouse kind of interface for it, that's really the customer that Starburst is going for. So now you can see why I say, I mean, this is pretty cool because it takes this incredible hyperscale tech that most of us probably don't have the skills to actually deploy and use and makes it friendly and useful for the enterprise.